That was about as intense a playoff game as you will find, and credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves, shorthanded as they were, putting away the Denver Nuggets to advance to the Western Conference semifinals. Welcome to Inside the NBA. It's presented by McDonald's from Studio J in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. We expect to be joined by Julius Randle before all is said and done on this show. Meantime, let's jump right into the highlights of Game 6 at Target Center, where Minnesota had 8 players.
And they all played well.
Yeah, because you got the starting backcourt's not out, and buries that one, much to the delight of Dante DiVincenzo.
Hey, he's left-handed, y'all.
Yes, he's going left.
He's going left. Alex, A-Rod, congratulations.
How about that? How about that win? 110-98 is your final score. Boy, Minnesota's advantages in that game, 64-40 in the paint, 20-4 second chance points. In the series, they were plus 82 in the paint. Hey, as promised, Julius Randle is joining us from Target Center. Julius, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes with us. Ernie Johnson,
yes,
Chuck, and Kenny, and Shaq. Okay, 12 years in the league, and I know you've been to the Western Conference Finals last year. But can you recall a win as satisfying as this one for you?
It's definitely satisfying, but I would say for us as a team, we believed that we were going to win. I know a lot of people didn't pick us to win or whatever it is, but, our internal belief of as a team was that we had enough to win. And we took a lot of hits this series, but our mental toughness fought through all the challenges.
Julius, you got your main man, Jay McDaniels, 13 for 25, 32 points. Does somebody have a conversation with him like, hey, man, we're down 3 guys. Every time you get the ball, I need you to look to score?
No, I think Slim, we call him Slim. I think he was ready. We got off the plane after we lost to Denver. We flew the next day, got off the plane, and I went straight to the gym, and he was there already. And then I saw his mindset yesterday, how he was approaching practice just in 5-on-0 drills, and how serious he was taking it. Nobody needed to say anything to him. He was ready for the moment.
Julius, number one, congratulations. What did Coach Finch, guys who hadn't been getting to play and then all of a sudden they're starting, what does he do to give those guys confidence, especially they've never been in this situation before, and you come out and you only got 8 players. Tell me about Coach Finch in this situation.
He was great. He went to the guys before the game, let them know he had the ultimate trust in them, and credit to those guys. They didn't play a lot, at the beginning of the series, but they stayed ready for the moment, and not just for the playoff series, but all throughout the year they were, putting work in. TJ, he works his butt off, man. If you guys knew how hard he worked, and then JC. Elite ball pressure all series, picking Jamal up, just making things tough for him. So they were ready for whatever it is we needed them to do, and they stepped up to the challenge.
Congratulations, Julius. As the playoffs goes on, the teams get better. And now you guys only have right now 8 guys that are active. Right. So what is the adjustment personally that you're making and your team has to make in the next round?
Every series is different. Throughout my career, I learned that in the playoffs. Some series call for different things. We're going to enjoy this one tonight. I'm sure, in the next few days, the coaches will give us a great game plan and we'll be ready. We got to get healthy somehow, with these next few days and, get our mind right. But whatever it is, we believe we got enough, and guys are ready to step up.
Julius Randle, congratulations on winning this first-round series over the Denver Nuggets. Good luck against the San Antonio Spurs.
I appreciate it, fellas. Thank you.
Appreciate you. 110-98. This is,
Congratulations.
Denver.
San Antonio.
Denver, twice this year in the regular season, held under 100. 3 times in this series by that Minnesota defense.
Yeah, the defense played very well, but, Joker, to me, didn't play great. And when you're a great player, especially in the playoffs, I think, Charles seems to disagree with me. I think in order to keep advancing, you have to play great. He played good, but good is not good enough. He didn't play great. And
why didn't he play great?
I'm not sure why he didn't play great.
Does that have anything to do with Minnesota's defense?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. He's just, listen, Bro, he had 28 points. So, you know, he
didn't play great.
He played good, Ernie, but 28 points is not good enough. I would like to see 35, 36, 37. And then his partner didn't play well at all.
Yeah, I would agree with Shaq.
About what?
About Joker didn't play. He just played good.
Yeah, but
he didn't dominate.
Why? He ain't got nothing to say because he missed shots. Cut it out. He missed shots.
I'll give you what I thought also. Okay. You know, he missed shots and why he missed shots. I thought the perimeter defense was extremely good by Rudy Gobert, and I thought it was also good by Randall, and they jammed them up. So a lot of times Joker gets the ball at the three-point line. He has space. He either shoots a three, he has that high release, and he gets you on the move. They jammed him up and said, you're just going to be a driver, and we're not going to give you those open threes. And Rudy Gobert did a great job of it. Everybody who switched on him, they just jammed him up.
That wasn't hard to say, was it?
Well, you just think.
I'm not even messing with him.
What?
This is the best I've seen Rudy Gobert play defense. Number one, not just against
timely and every time.
Yes, because
it was timely.
You know, like in the other series, the last couple of years, they were attacking him.
Pick and rolls.
Pick and roll. But this was the best. And listen, we all love the Joker, but we got to give Rudy his flowers. He was the reason the Joker only played good. He did not. He played solid. And he had a couple bad games.
How about Jamal Murray?
He just had an awful
4 for 17.
Yeah, he didn't have a good series at all. But that's those perimeter defenders for Minnesota also.
Oh yeah, Jay McDaniels shut him down.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels. Yeah, we know he was a great perimeter defender. He's been an all defensive perimeter kind of guy in the last couple of years. But then you throw in Shannon, you throw in all of the guys who came in after them. There was no let off. There was no there was no drop when the perimeter defense changed. They were just, and which is great. They made Denver look old today. They look like an older team. Like, you know what? We're not fast enough. We're not quick enough to stay in front of these young guys.
Because they came out with that great energy for 48 minutes. You know, only got 8 guys. All 8 guys played well. Shannon, the young guy, 20 shots. He played excellent. The crowd was into the game. They did exactly what they wanted to do with Denver.
But also, I think, number one, I want to give Rudy his flowers. But also, I think the injury to Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, that's huge.
I think he is huge.
Only played in half the games in the series.
Because he number one. And then Watson, they're the 2 best defenders, Watson and Gordon.
Watson,
yeah, so he didn't get to play at all this series. But what Rudy did, he kind of shut all the other guys, because that scoring you're talking about, one thing they've got to do in Denver going forward, they got to take some pressure off Joker. He has to make every play. He's playing point center. And then when he got against a guy who shut him down, they didn't score at all. And they got to find a way to fix that going forward.
Oh, by the way, Rudy Gobert also 8 assists tonight. He's never had 8 in a game. The Joker is at the podium. Let's listen in. Via shortwave radio, apparently.
I love that guy. You know, he said, I got to play better, I got to play better, I got to play better. He didn't throw anybody under the bus. We can sit here and say, he didn't say we didn't have Aaron Gordon. Even when they said we gotten killed on the boards, you take away his second best rebounder. He didn't say, hey, we got to get more rebounds. But he didn't throw Jamal under the bus. But, man, you just got to respect that guy. I love that kid.
Minnesota at San Antonio now in the next round. Initial gut reaction to that. And again, not knowing when Anthony Edwards might be back.
Minnesota played with great energy tonight, but the system always plays with that energy. They have 3 dynamic guards, and they got the perfect big man in the back. I'm still going with San Antonio. Hopefully Anthony Edwards come back and get to play, but I still like San Antonio because the system, as young as they are, they still never panic and they still play with great poise, and they always play with great energy, so it won't be no lapses, versus the Spurs.
San Antonio has home court, and that they have, however, lost their last 7 games in Minnesota.
Yeah, the advantage that Minnesota had against Denver, that's not an advantage against the Spurs. That perimeter defense and perimeter size and athleticism is not an advantage against the Spurs. And Gobert, as good as Jokic is, he poses a different threat because he really plays. It's really like a 7'5" Kevin Durant. It's not really like a Jokic is going to use bulk and size and he's going to outmuscle you. No, he's going to dance by you. So it's a different feel for Rudy playing against Jokic. And this is great to see how if you'd been the defensive player of the year, you go from Jokic to Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And now you're going to really see what he is.
Well, without Anthony Edwards, they got no chance. Zero without Anthony. It would be a difficult series with Anthony, but without Anthony, that's the first question before we can even try to analyze this series. And Victor's Joker is a little guy compared to Rudy. Rudy's a little guy compared to Victor. But and all that perimeter stuff won't matter to the Spurs because they got the three best guards. Kenny said this other day. They got the three best guards, combination trio in the NBA. The Spurs really, they're going to be tough to beat. But listen, if Anthony, because Anthony is he's a star, he's a superstar. But if they don't have Anthony, they need DiVincenzo. Now you got the other kid who's hurt.
I would assume.
So they got probably the most perimeter players other than OKC. Mm-hmm. So without Anthony, they ain't got no chance.
But for this night, time to celebrate for the Minnesota Timberwolves as they knock out the Denver Nuggets in 6, 110 to 98.
Are we going to talk about the Knicks,
final.
Hawks, Nick?
We'll be talking about that. Yeah, Chuck really didn't attend a single one of his classes while in college because
that's that Auburn education, King Artie.
Hey, Artie. This ain't the time, Artie.
When did they have a lead? 2-2? Yeah,
that's that Auburn education.
Yeah, we are going to talk about the Knicks and the Hawks.
Well, it'll be a
real barn burner in Atlanta tonight.
Turn your head, folks.
It's almost like those four guys were. They're almost like those four guys were.
Point 24-22 through 20 minutes in the game.
Nice bow.
And then Dyson Daniels throws a bow with Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson, you got to be smarter than this. You got another game to play.
He wasn't really. No,
it didn't look bad. I don't know.
Like right there, he could have left.
No, he could have got suspended.
Watch out, old man. Watch out.
Oh, everybody got on the ground.
Watch out, old man.
Look at that. Oh, 72-22 when they're ejected. Meantime, Jalen Brunson.
Wipe me down.
It's Lil Boosie.
Did Lil Boosie get hurt?
I think he was okay.
No, I think.
Well, no. Hey, listen, his feelings were hurt. He was pulling for the Hawks.
Hawks up. Hawks down 47 at the half.
Oh, kill him.
47 at the half.
That's a record for a playoff.
Let's damn sure hope so.
Yep. They led by as many as 61.
Hey, listen.
It was 101-40 at one point.
I'm been on the team down 61. You?
Let me tell you something.
And as you see there, not everybody had 24. Like OG had 29, Brunson had 17.
If you couldn't get 20 in this game, you and Nick, I would cut it. That's exactly right.
Win that thing by.
You can't get 20 against these guys.
You can't get 20 out of 140. You should be on the team.
50.
How do you score 140 you don't get your 20?
Come on,
It was
man.
a 51-point loss, and I guess Nickeil Alexander-Walker trying to put this one into words.
At no point in time at all this season were we that bad, but we were tonight. Doesn't end here. You know, this is something to build on, something to grow from, to grow and learn from. For me, I'm glad that this is my story and something for me that I can embrace. Even though it was a beating, I'm excited for what this means to send me into the summer.
Our guys, their connectedness right now is off the charts. And like I said, when you lock in to the detail and you're connected like that with a group that's as talented and versatile as that group, you have a chance to do that.
For us to make a statement about who we could be when we're playing, we're clicking on all cylinders. It's great for us to have this kind of tape so that we could look back at it and see when we're playing our best, what are we doing correctly. But like I said, it's about consistency in the playoffs.
It shows us what we're capable of defensively, and I think that's really important. they go through a playoff series and you find a way to win, you're moving on. You see where you're pushed. You see where you have to get better, and you build off that.
Among the numbers that you can digest from this beatdown, 47 at the half, 53 after 3. Those are both records. Largest home loss in Atlanta history.
Largest playoff loss.
Can I say something, Ernie?
Yeah. What would you like to say?
I want to say this. This was an awful night for the Atlanta Hawks, Coach Snyder, and all the Atlanta Hawks fans. But, man, they had a good season.
10 games over 500, best record in the East after the All-Star break.
The best record in the East after all that, but they got a bright future. You know, sometimes I know this is going to be a long night for them, but we got to give them what they accomplished this year. They made the trade and start their rebuild, but give them credit. So, listen, Coach Snyder and the Atlanta Hawks fans, man, y'all got a bright future going forward. And, hey, tonight was just an awful night, but you got a bright future. You had a great season.
How's a night like that happen, Shaq?
Man, there's really no excuse for it. Listen, the Knicks came in with the BTA mode attitude, belt the ass. It's like, hey, we need to not mess around with these guys. Hawks couldn't get a shot. They didn't play with any intensity, didn't play with any energy. Fans were not into the game, and it's quite embarrassing. And I will disagree with Chuck. The future is now. We want to keep saying, wait till next year, wait till next year, wait till next year. Us Atlanteans, we're tired of losing the first and second round. We want our championship now. So
really,
you had a good season, but it ain't good enough.
Okay.
No, they had a good season. They hadn't made the playoffs.
I just think that there are steps to winning championships and steps to getting better. They take a step to get better. However,
not losing by 60. Not losing by 60.
I mean, that's just one game.
One game.
That's the last game. It's the closeout game. Stop it.
The last game.
If you lose by 60, you lose by 1, you still lose the series. I think the one thing that they have two big things, they got better because two guys came also and played extremely well. C.J. McCollum and Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is in the last year of his contract. Will they pick up this option, and will C.J. McCollum as a free agent? Those two guys were part of the reason why we're saying there's a future for them. Yeah.
So and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, most improved player.
So if he walks, C.J. walks, or someone, you have to have somebody to fill that void, and that is
C.J. is a brilliant. They need to re-sign C.J. because number one, he's a heck of a player. But they got a bunch of young guys.
Yes.
And you need some veteran leadership. But it was a good year for the Hawks. I know people live in the moment. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs, especially when they traded Trey and started over. But they got a really bright future. But like I say, listen, it was a good year. It was a bad year for the Nuggets. It was an awful year for them losing in the first round. You have to look and keep things in perspective. The Nuggets losing in the first round, that's an awful year for them. The Atlanta Hawks making the playoffs after all the stuff they've been doing, it was a good year.
The New York Knicks advance. We don't know who they're going to play yet. It's going to be either Boston or Philadelphia, who are heading to a Game 7. Mm-hmm. And New York hitting its stride. Look, this team went to the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago. You don't like them against
I think
the winner of that series?
Well, because number one, how many of those games did Joel Embiid play in? And how many games of those did Jason Tatum play in? Those regular season, that's the thing I told you about the regular season stats. The Sixers are a totally different team with Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they are.
And the Celtics are a totally different team with Jason Tatum. So those regular season numbers mean absolutely nothing to me.
Okay, but what you've seen of Philadelphia and Boston now, and what you've seen of New York now.
Well, listen, we're going to show the highlights. I thought tonight, we said before the game, I said I didn't expect Joel to have another monster game. I thought it was going to come down to Tatum, Paul George, and VJ. And that's what it came down to, and they won. The Celtics, I don't know what they be doing.
Well, let's keep it right there because we can continue this after we look at the highlights, which we're going to do after we take a break here on Inside the NBA. See how I short-circuited that to keep us at least somewhat on time? Yeah. Oh, this was, yeah. It was an emotional.
Ben Stiller, we love you.
Come on, Ben.
Ben's a hat. And we welcome you back. Let's go to Philadelphia. See if Boston can close out the Sixers. See if Joel Embiid has other ideas.
Spoiler alert, they did.
Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, he went crazy.
It's going to be those three guys, and they got it done.
They're up 22 after 3. Boston got no closer than 12 the rest of the way. Embiid, 18 points on 7 of 17 shooting, and Edgecombe with the finishing touch. 106-93 as your final. This thing is tied up at 3-3. We head to Game 7, number 156 in NBA history. Here's Tyrese Maxey and what the Sixers have been able to do.
Yeah, I think I sat right here after Game 3 and said I believe in whoever we play. We've been through a lot of adversity this year. This is a tough group, man. We don't quit, we don't give up.
It's nice to win a couple in a row, and it's nice to play the way we did tonight, but it really does not matter. Each game's its own game. This is just one game, that's one story, and you're going to go back, and it's just not going to flip a switch and happen again. I mean, we're going to have to really dig in and focus and prepare.
And, now we to the final game where, it's win or go home, and a lot of us have been in this situation before, Game 7, so it should be a fun one.
Does it come down to just who's going to want it more and execution?
Yeah, I mean, I think exactly. I mean, you said it best. I couldn't say it any better, so it's good line.
Actually, Celtics did lead by 5 in this game, but trailed by 23. So it's a Game 7. Boston is 27-10 all time. Philadelphia is 6-12 all time. For each, the most recent Game 7 was against each other back in 2023, and it was all Boston, 112-88. Jason Tatum that day went for 51.
Ooh.
And now they'll meet again in Boston in a Game 7.
Make them dance.
With a shot at the Eastern Conference semis.
That's how you close out a Game 7. 50.
Riding on it. Shaq, they've already beaten Boston on their floor twice in this series. What are you looking for in Game 7?
I'm looking to see who's going to take it. New York did a great job of coming in on the road saying, you know what, tonight is our night. I'm looking forward to Edgecombe, Paul George, Joel Embiid. I want to see if they have that killer mentality to say, okay, we know we can beat this team. We know what we have to do. We're going to come in here and take it. Boston's going to play their game. They're going to shoot threes. If they're making threes, crowd's going to be involved, and, they may get a win. But if Philly can come in with that mindset and come in with that energy and come in with that attitude, like, hey, we're going to weather the storm, we're going to play our game, and we're taking this Game 7.
3 times this series, Philadelphia has held Boston under 100. And again, 2 wins in their gym.
All the pressure's on Boston.
Yeah, I mean, 2 wins in their gym. To beat a team 3 times in a 7-game series on the road, that would be astronomical. However, the Boston Celtics have to have some form of rim protection. Kata and Vooch, these guys, they have to protect the rim. Maxey and Edgecombe, they're driving the lane with no regard. And then when Embiid has the ball on the box, he's scoring too easy. So there has to be some form of rim protection if you're the Boston Celtics, which would allow them to get in a little bit of a pace on some missed shots and getting those threes that they like to take in rhythm instead of a half-court defense with hands in their face.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing a team this good don't have a plan B whatsoever. It's like, we're going to just keep shooting threes. They go in, we're going to win. We don't make them, we're going to lose. I mean, I've never seen a good team that it's like, guys, okay.
What would be their plan B if you were them?
You got Tatum and Brown. They're good enough players to get to the basket. You always when you talk to great shooters like a Reggie Miller, somebody like that, or Ray Allen, or Steph Curry, they're like, sometimes you're having a bad night. Go to the basket, get a layup, or get a foul, get a couple free throws, the basket will widen out. Like, those guys are too good of players just to rely on threes. And it's frustrating watching them. 'Cause I always like, yeah, if they go in, it's great. If they don't go in, okay, we just having a bad night. Because shooting probably the hardest part of basketball, in my opinion. Because you especially contested shots.
Just to refresh your memory, Philadelphia 0-18 in series, down 3-1. Boston 32-0, leading 3-1. They had a 3-1 lead in this series, and now it comes down to Game 7 at TD Garden on Saturday. We're coming back to wrap things up on Inside the NBA in just a moment. Because you had a clincher tonight, that means that...
I'm about to go on fishing.
There it is. Oh, now Jamal Murray owning it. Look, all-star for the first time. He's going to be all-NBA, but a tough way to go out as the Nuggets are bounced in the first
Disappointing
round
season for the Nuggets.
by Minnesota. Yeah, there were some high expectations going in, but they're knocked out in the first round. It is that time.
It's time for
EJ's Meatloaf Satellite.
Presented by No One.
Come on, Ernie.
Unsullied by sponsorship since
1989.
Hey, here we go. We got a couple of teams knocked out tonight.
Yeah.
Kenny, where are you going to take us fishing, man?
They got to go to Lake Lanier, too.
Well,
They played that bad.
I'm going to probably with the Hawks.
Lake Lanier would be good.
Lake Lanier would be
But
good.
we're going to start with Denver.
I might let them
Coney.
stop by and get some lemon wings.
All the lakes.
But where are we going in Denver? We're gonna go-
Denver?
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the lake that I took him to.
Okay, nice memory.
I don't remember. I just don't remember the name. Yeah,
Oh.
it was right. Oh, we got Alex English in
Hey,
there.
the great
Maybe you were
Alex
doing some
English.
fly fishing out there.
Hey, there go my boy Rocky.
Oh, man.
I miss you, Rocky.
We had the Mad Magazine. Adamant. Yeah, Adamant looks like Mad Magazine guy.
What,
he really does.
What, me worry? Yeah.
Like Alfred E.
Alfred
Newman.
E. Newman. Yeah.
Rocky, I miss you, brother.
Yep. You and Rocky.
Is that one of Joker's brothers there?
No, we should have got the bigger brother.
Was two. They
Oh,
all
no, that
big.
is the bigger one. I'm
They
sorry.
all big.
Yeah, that is the big one.
Yeah, they are.
That's the big one.
Alex English.
Who's the dude from? Is that somebody from South Park?
Yeah.
What's his name?
That's pretty good, underdog.
Randy
Mars. Okay.
You got it, you saw it?
The twisted mind of Alex Hoover is coming up with,
That's a good way to phrase it.
with that fish.
Watching it, Sean?
Now, isn't it time to go to Lake Lanier?
Lake Lanier, man.
Oh,
Look at
yeah, not really next to Stone Mountain.
Go Harry the Hulk.
Look, they've replaced the carving with us
not
on
Tyler Perry.
Stone Mountain.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
What a
and there
high
goes
honor
great
that is.
Dominique Wilkins.
Look at his shirt. What his shirt say?
Who's that driving the boat?
Magic City.
No, we won the fourth quarter. So the Hawks won the fourth quarter.
They did, as a matter of fact.
driving the boat on.
By the way, go Dogs and go Waffle House too.
Ernie, have you been to Waffle House before 3, 4 in the morning?
Oh, yes, I have.
I've never been before 3, 4 in the morning.
Man, I could go to Waffle House
sometimes you
anytime,
get
day or
early
night.
morning, breakfast. Man, I don't eat breakfast. You know that.
Okay, well.
No, I thought you. No, you do.
Eat breakfast
I
food.
thought you were big.
Oh, I do my yogurt and
and your
white
bagel.
granola.
Yeah, whatever.
Is
Hey,
that considered breakfast?
that's a wrap for Inside the NBA. It's presented by McDonald's for Chuck and for Kenny and for Shaq, Ernie Johnson.
Good luck, games
Hey,
tomorrow.
it's time for Sports Center.